both of you.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome, Nina and Heli. Thank you for your gracious acceptance of doing this for us. So for all the participants who are there and who will join in, it's a quick introduction. Maruma is delighted to host a series of free webinars titled Self-Explorations. We are hosting a lineup of eminent speakers in the areas of psychology, mental health, and personal growth as a part of our community outreach. We invite you to our fifth in this series titled Energy Management for Personal Growth. The speakers for this webinar are eminent energy management practitioners and leadership coaches from Finland, Heli Backman and Nina Karlsson. Heli and Nina will explore energy management for personal growth with a special focus on the following: energy sources, the quality of energy, and natural energy. Heli and Nina are both leadership consultants and energy coaches from Energy Coaching Ltd, Helsinki. They're also Enneagram practitioners and integrate different personality styles into energy management. And this is where we met in Dublin some years ago. I was very impressed with their approach, with their energy presence throughout our training together for 5 days and another 5 days later. As they continuously work with leaders and leadership teams, they have practical tips and best practices with latest theories and research. In this webinar, they will present energy management on an individual level and offer us insights for our own way to manage our energy. Yeah, and do join us today and after today to build a community of compassionate and connected people. We have planned a series of webinars every Friday, right up to the end of July. So do check your mailboxes for upcoming webinars and on our LinkedIn pages. So warm welcome to Nina and Heli. Thank you so much again. Over to you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here and a privilege. Thank you for invitation. So sad that we cannot see you all, but we have an interactive webinar, so you get to join. I'm Nina Karlsson, and I am a leadership coach and a consultant with an HR background and director background myself. I also do illustrations, and that's kind of my passion, do the visualizations about different topics. I am a mom of 2 teenage boys, which grow me a lot. And I live in Helsinki, Finland, so quite far away from India. I've never been into India, but we'll plan to travel there.
Thanks, Nina, and thank you, Mahesh. It's such a great pleasure to be here in this webinar and see you, and hopefully to hear from all the participants through the chat and the questions and answers functionality. I'm Heli Backman, Nina's colleague and co-founder of the Energy Coaching. My background is actually in business law, so I used to be a business lawyer for many years ago, and then a leader, a commercial head, and actually a figure skating coach also earlier. So helping young girls to learn how to skate as a group. So it was team coaching. So actually coaching already back then. Nowadays we're both, as Mahesh introduced us, we are both ICF credited coaches.
So can I have a minute, Nina?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is something I want to share before we move on, because Nina mentioned about her skills in graphic skills. So this is what Nina has done. And yeah, coaching with Enneagram, that's where we first met, March 2018. Wow, 2 years.
It's already, yeah.
And this is a wonderful graphics that she created as we were going through the program with our master trainer Ginger in Dublin. Thank you for allowing me to do this, Nina.
Sure.
So over to you.
To help people.
Over to you. You can share your screen now.
Yes, and I do this, right? And share. Yes, back here. Okay, we have, we hope you to reflect by your own and ask anything. And also we'll be spending an hour together, but later on, if you have any questions, you will receive our contact information. So please do contact us if you want to know more. And just a moment. Here you can follow us and also get connected. We'll be glad to get LinkedIn invitations so we can have the discussion later on. So please do write your thoughts and questions in the Q&As, and Mahes will follow those, and we will every now and then check if there's anything we need to take. But in the beginning, by the end, we will share and check some questions. So hope to answer all your thoughts. This is what we do, and on the right side, we do emphasize the certificates of coaching and Enneagram, especially because when dealing with humans, it's very important to be ethical. It's good to explore different personalities, but do it in a professional manner.
And then we go into our favorite topic. Even our company name is called Energy Coaching. So why energy coaching? You know what it is, and you know, why do we talk about it? That is something we wanted to share with you early in the beginning. And there's some logic here described for you on the slide. But if we start with the world today, where are we? We have constant change. We have huge challenges. We have even crises, various kinds all over the world. We need to join our forces somehow because the speed is high. People are very kind of live in a hectic world. They juggle multiple roles and work long hours, and we need to do something about that. So the answer is not that we need to be more efficient and we need to use more and more of our cognitive intelligence. We need more than that. We're not saying that efficiency or cognitive intelligence is not important, but we need emotional intelligence, we need empathy, we need body intelligence, we need resilience and purpose, we need spirit, we need much more than, actually we need to use the potential we have as human beings and not only stay in our heads. And the latter part is what we do. We try to help our clients, or we succeed in helping our clients, but we would like to do it more and more. And so we're happy there are plenty of you in this webinar. So the more we all do it together, the better things are. People are happier and well-being increases. But what we do, we focus on human energy with leaders, with specialists, so in the organizations, or we focus on the team energy or the whole company's energy. Today, we talk about individual energy mostly, but we do all variety of things.
And maybe a couple of words about energy. energy is the fuel, how we get things done, the basic fuel for individuals. And research.
And it's a word we use quite a lot, all of us. I mean, people talk about energy, that I don't have energy, or I feel energized, or, you know, I lost my energy. But it's quite new when it comes to research. There are certain research streams that study research, but today we thought we're not going to go into all those research studies and their implications and applications, but we talk about the basic 4 dimensions that we all have, which we call as energy sources.
And those are the body and your mind and heart, emotions, and the spirit. We'll get into that in a few minutes. Just a moment. Before we go in further, I would love to ask Mahes if there are any questions now, or anything.
No, there were some questions which I flagged to you. I'm sure you're going to address them as you go.
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'll just check. There's some participant who has raised his hand. Yes, Vinit, you would want to say something? Ask. You have to unmute and speak, Vinit.
If we
Okay.
cannot connect,
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on. Yeah.
We might write it down and we'll take the questions.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Today we'll talk about energy, but what we have found, it's not only the energy that gets us to do things and accomplish things that we want to. We have found during the experience of our work life and reading a lot of stuff and studying things, that it's actually 3 things that you need in energy management. It's the clarity, focus, and energy. So it's all 3. Today we'll concentrate on the energy part, but there are these 2 dimensions in the circle as well, and we'll explain shortly what it means.
Yes. So we all need these all 3 things. We see this with our clients, with the leaders or experts who come to our coaching. Many of them are lacking clarity about their future, or they're not clear about their roles, or they have high demands and they are kind of out of energy. But they often start with explaining the energy, but then they are hungry for clarity. So we all need clarity, and that actually generates energy and also alignment in organizations. If you have teams or, you know, wider units, you need to create alignment as a leader or as an expert. You need to realize what is it that you need to do. So it's clarity, what is expected of me. And then the next step is, okay, we have clarity. This is what I would love to do, or what I would want to develop. And then comes focus. So where do I focus then? What I should leave out? And how am I good or not so good at keeping my focus? Or am I multitasking? Or am I focusing on the things that are not within my reach? So then comes focus often. Isn't that right?
And this is what we hear a lot, even when meeting a friend in a grocery store, for example, and you ask how they are. I'm so busy, I have everything, I have kids to pick up, and my boss is this and that, and I have a lot of things. It's so often that there is no focus, no prioritization, and that makes us to split the energy everywhere, and it can be quite consuming. So being focused and leaving some things out gives the energy a direction. And about the energy, everything we do is based on the motivation and energy. We need both that things happen. But where do you get your energy? What consumes your energy? How could you optimize energy? We actually love the word optimize, because even today when we're talking about energy and being energized and balancing your energy, we don't want people to be 100% energized and being in a high speed all the time and all that. It's about optimizing. For example, now with COVID-19, we are in a survival mode. In February, March, people were kind of having so little energy because the fear and the uncertainty and everything took so much energy. So it's not that we run marathons and do whatever in a high speed. We survive and we optimize the energy that we have. So today, as said, we'll talk about human energy. You hear about the sources, quality, amount, intensity, and you get to check where you are with your own energy. And raising awareness about energy is one goal today, giving new thoughts and insights how you perceive energy after today. But if you want a change in your life, you need to do some small thing differently than before. So by the end of the webinar, you have chosen one supporting energy habit for yourself. Yeah, Mahes?
A couple of questions here, if you can take them, or else...
This is a good place, yeah.
Awesome. So one question is it possible to address each of the aspects, such as focus, clarity, or energy independently? Or is it that they are all always interrelated and interspersed?
Good question.
They are interrelated, yes. But if you don't have at all energy, it's difficult to address anything. So we have a client who has young children and whose spouse is working a lot. So this client is really exhausted, and he wanted to create clarity, you know, in his business and so on. He had these objectives in the beginning, but then he realized that he really needed to work on the energy first. Mm-hmm. And his great insight was actually, he realized many things about his own energy, and he started to, I wouldn't say teach his wife, but help his wife and others through the energy, and the clarity and focus will follow. So in that sense, we would say that make sure you have enough of good energy in place before you start clarifying and focusing. And Nina, do you have any?
I have a other way around the interrelation. We have noticed that even we talk with individuals or teams or bigger groups, we have noticed that when you make clarity about your goals together or the important things that we're heading to, or your purpose, and you focus, you pick up 3 most important things, that gives you so much energy. For example, we were making a white paper together, and we had included everything in the white paper, and it was a bit exhausting to write it. And when the editor who was making it with us said that, what if we drop these things away and just concentrate on the one thing? I was so energized after that, and the text just came in. The clarity and focus gave so much energy in that situation. So you probably come up with your own examples how they are intertwined. Any other questions?
Yeah, there are a couple of them asking why is energy in human beings is referred to as positive and negative.
We will come later on, we'll talk about these dimensions. We don't actually use the wording positive and negative. We use a wording anabolic and catabolic. But we'll show you. I think that's related to this question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Then you get.
It just takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Okay. This is also our model that we use first, and we could apply it today also, actually. So first we create awareness about energy. You know, here we talk about, here we define what it is from our line of work, and also you get to look at where you are through the energy sources. So you create awareness. This works with any topic really, actually. So first you create awareness, you start doing the analysis where you are or where we are or where whatever who are. Then you choose what you want to do with your awareness. You've seen the analysis, and then you get to choose. You get to choose your actions or non-actions. You might stop doing or do nothing about it, but it's the logical step after awareness and analysis. And then what we maybe love the most is, okay, when you realize things about energy and you change something, often it's about change, then you learn something, and then you want to share it with others, and you want to give the same or even more to others. So that's the next step. And with all these steps, you get well-being and your achievements, whatever they are. And it's probably not only you, but it's people around you. And this is where something that makes our heart sing when this happens.
Now you get to do a task, a small task now. Take a paper and pen, or if you don't have paper and pen, use your mobile's notes. Write down just from the first things that come into your mind, 3 things that give you energy, and 3 things that take your energy, consume your energy. And the third thing you write down is, how does your energy look like? How would you describe your energy? When you enter the room, what comes along? What do you bring? So what gives you energy? What consumes your energy? And how does your energy look like? You get a few minutes. Maybe 1 more minute. Oops. And don't worry if you don't come up with 3 things or you come up with many things, these are your notes, your reflections. They are useful for you. We won't collect them, but we make you.
But we are very curious about them.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, that's really interesting stuff you brought up. I never thought about energy this way.
Mm-hmm. So feel free to fill in things during the webinar, and we'll come in the end. We come back to.
Some people have put in their comments. Would you like to hear some of them? You can see on the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to, if you're willing to, we would love to.
What energizes me is saying mountains, doing nothing, traveling, being. What I bring is being positive and warmth and calmness. Yeah.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
3 things are music, sleep, and beaches. Energize that. Yeah. Planning and organizing, meditation, periodic walks. Yeah. Lack of sleep, drains me. Pranayam, that is meditation, food and exercise gives me energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Creativity, learning, ocean.
Wonderful.
Yeah. In exciting work, good company and nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sleep, positive thoughts, and food. Music, exercise, family. And what I bring to the room depends on which room I'm entering.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Micro details, uncertainty can drain me. Yeah. What consumes my energy? Exercise, talking, anger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Work well done is energizing. Mundane activities drain me. Non-organized. Yeah. So these are some of the stuff people have put in there. It will be there on the chat recording so people can read it later. Yep.
That's really great. Thank you very much for sharing. And this shows also that there are some similarities, but then not. Different things energize different people. That's very natural, but it's always lovely to hear.
It is, and nature is one thing that we look at the different personality types and the energizers, but nature is one thing that is very universal. It's very universal for people.
Yes. Okay, good. You have.
We'll leave you notes for a while.
Yeah, but we'll come back.
Yeah,
right?
We'll come back to those.
Okay, and then a few words about the energy, the human energy that we've talked about. So we can simply say that it's the force with which we get things done. And we talked about that there are different sources, mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. So we can use, actually, as Nina did, mental, emotional, physical. We can use the body, and then we somehow imagine the spiritual somewhere around us. But I think it's also interesting that we know that energy has quality. Somebody asked about, positive, negative. Yes, you can say it's positive or negative, but then again, not. We talk about that soon. Because we need all kinds of energy. And sometimes we feel that when you talk about, or one talks about negative energy, maybe it's something you shouldn't have, but you need that too. Energy has direction, of course it has amount, and then intensity. So many things, actually.
And we have noticed when making research and in real life that energy varies, the natural energy varies by personality type. So some person might be cool and calm, but very, very enthusiastic and eager and very, live inside. But the others won't see it. And some people wave their hands and dance around even too much for some persons. So it varies. We'll study into that too. And today we talk about this individual's energy, but we wanted to bring in on side the organizational energy, because that's a term and theme that you may see somewhere. And the difference here is that it concerns a lot of people, and it means the potential that we have mobilized. So it's how we use the potential of the organization and those many various parts. We tend to say that so many people want to change the culture in the teams, whether it's a sport team or organization or some other community. We want to change the culture, but it's slow, as we know, and changes in a long term. But energy, then again, it's much more faster to affect and change. And when you change the energy to anabolic, constructive, good energy, it really changes the culture in a way we want to.
Yeah, maybe we could say one example. Let's take one leadership team that had a new leader heading the team, and she contacted us and said that somehow she's not getting through the people or not getting them involved. And when we interviewed all of them, all the rest were saying that this leader doesn't understand anything. And she's, somewhere all over the place, and, she doesn't understand the business and so on. It turned out that the persons that we interviewed, they were in catabolic energy most of the time. So they had bad treatment. I mean, they were treated badly earlier in the history. They felt bad about it. They carried that with them, and they somehow didn't realize it. And when we worked with them, they got rid of most of the catabolic energy. I say most of, because we need that part too in our bodies, our cells. We grow new cells, and some cells are destructed or destroyed. So, and the nature we need to renew. So sometimes we need to get rid of things as well. But we're not going to talk about that anymore, because it's about human individual energy today. But it's an interesting topic to work on in organizations.
Then sources. We have mentioned these 4 sources: spirit, mind, heart, and body. And just a moment, we'll fix the picture so we'll see. And here, mind.
Oh, did you talk about the body already?
No, it went quickly.
Yeah.
The body, as many of you wrote, getting enough sleep, getting food. Body is a huge part of us. It's physically huge, and if you want to affect your energy, the whole energy, start with your body. That's the quickest thing to affect, because it's so huge. We all know this, that we need to get enough sleep, we need to get food and all that. And even though we are grown-ups, it's sometimes hard to remember the lunch or hurry somewhere, or maybe not sleep so well. But taking care of your body is very, very important, and this is something you can quickly affect.
Mm-hmm. And drinking water is easy and important. Mm-hmm. And then also, since the body is one of the sources, you can also use your body to get energy. When my child was really kind of anxious about something, I asked him not to be like this, but straighten up and open your chest and look out and even step outside. Even that helps. So we can use the body for that purpose also. It doesn't mean that it's all about sleep or exercise. Mm.
And these all are working as a chain. So if your thoughts and your mind is in a well balanced, that your thoughts and your beliefs and assumptions are good and not destructive, like I cannot do this, and I would even diminish if I would think so. So the mind, if I can think I can do this, it affects to my body, it affects to my emotions, and maybe clarifies my purpose, I don't know. But all these are, and there's a lot of research how the results of examinations and all are better if you're in a good position and having a pen in your mouth so that your brain thinks that you're smiling and all that. So it's a chain.
And Nina already mentioned about your thoughts or beliefs or paradigms. If you have not so constructive and good ones, of course that affects your energy. Or if you have multiple things in your head, that takes out your energy. Or if you focus on the things you cannot influence on, that also takes your energy. So where your focus is, that causes good or bad energy. I mean, you could say that sense, good or bad. And then of course reading, studying, writing, all that gives you mental energy.
And heart, then, this means emotions and emotional connections, relationships. We tend to get energized when we are with meaningful people. Also being empathic and showing appreciation to one each other, it gives energy. And also one thing that I love is that take care of your connection to emotions. Stop once in a while, reflect, how am I feeling? Because it's a very good shortcut. How are you doing?
And then the fourth source is spirit. And what we do with our clients is we ask about their values or their purpose of their life, or what's their service in a way. Something bigger than themselves. What do they in a way serve? It can be religion, but it can be a lot of other things. And also one concrete thing that gives you this spiritual energy is meditation. And also actually nature, that has been researched, that nature gives us that energy.
Belonging. Now you get to do an inventory. I hope you can all see these questions. There are 16 questions. They are statements. And when the statement is true for you, you make a check. And you can do the checks. We are calculating them. And we are asking you, after you have answered, we will be asking you how many checks did you get to body, mind, emotion, spirit, or we'll ask actually what did you get most of the checks. And then we ask you about your score. How much did you score about the checks? But take 5 minutes and read the statements and check when it is true for you.
Nina, what I'll do is, since the text is too small, I'll read this out for people so that they can follow it. Yeah. So what you need to do is, for each of these statements, you'll have to mark them as 0 to 4. Using
No. You each statement you tick X.
yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, if it's true, you check.
Okay.
Then you get a point.
Then you get a point, and there are 16 questions. So
all right.
You leave it empty if it's not true.
All right. So first one, body. I don't regularly get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and I often wake up feeling tired.
If it's true, you tick 1.
Yeah. You do a check mark.
Yes.
Yeah. So if it is true, just do a tick mark. If it is not, then put a cross maybe. Yeah.
You leave it empty if it's not true.
You leave it empty. Okay. The second statement, I frequently skip breakfast or I settle for something that isn't nutritious. The third statement, I don't work out enough, meaning cardiovascular training at least 3 times a week and strength training at least once a week. Fourth statement, I don't take regular breaks during the day to truly renew and recharge, or I often eat lunch at my desk, if I eat it at all. Yeah, so this statement might be slightly different during the COVID because we are all working from home.
Yes, yeah.
So the next section is emotions. I frequently find myself feeling irritable, impatient, or anxious at work, especially when work is demanding. The next statement, I don't have enough time with my family and loved ones, and when I'm with them, I'm not always really with them. That's an awesome statement.
Mm-hmm.
The third one, I have too little time for the activities that I most deeply enjoy. Fourth, I don't stop frequently enough to express my appreciation to others or to savor my accomplishments and blessings. So that's on the emotional chunk. The third section is on the mind. I have difficulty focusing on one thing at a time, and I'm easily distracted during the day, especially by email or now WhatsApp or a phone call or TikTok or Instagram. There's several distractions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I spend much of my day reacting to immediate crises and demands rather than focusing on activities with longer-term value and high leverage. Third statement, I don't take enough time for reflection, strategizing, and creative thinking. Next, I work in the evenings or on weekends, and I almost never take an email-free vacation. Wow. The next one is the spirit. I don't spend enough time at work doing what I do best and enjoy most. There are significant gaps between what I say is most important to me in my life and how I actually allocate my time and energy. My decisions at work are more often influenced by external demands than by a strong, clear sense of my own purpose. I don't invest enough time and energy in making a positive difference to others or to the world. Yeah, that's it.
Now count how many checks did you get in each part. How many body checks, how many emotions checks, mind and spirit, and what was your overall number of statements that were true. And you can see the guide to scores there as well. And we would love to know how you scored. So Mahes has created a poll.
Let them do the calculation, then I'll put on the poll.
Yes, yeah. So how many scores in overall and how many scores in each part?
So should I get the poll?
Yes,
please.
Okay. What score did you get? I launched the poll now.
Yes. Now we love to hear. So what did you get?
Yeah. So just get your total score.
You are doing quite fine. Half of you are having a reasonable energy management skills. Half of you, that's major things.
Mm-hmm.
Significant energy management deficits, 28%. So you probably need to choose one thing from the list. You'll get the material that you would like to do differently, and you get to analyze that.
And of course, it's not only about, you know, our personality or, you know, that stuff that affects the energy. It's also life situation, like this COVID situation and so on.
Yeah.
So this changes. That's the fun part of the energy. I mean, it doesn't remain the same.
No.
So if it's not in a good kind of place, if you're not in a good place with your energy management, don't worry.
And it's a Friday night, so it might be different than in the Monday morning. Okay, we'll end the poll here, and then we'll have another question for you. Mahes will.
Yeah, you can see the poll results now, everybody. One of the statements here is, I can't afford to take an email-free vacation. Couldn't take one in all of my 8 years of working. Depends on industry too, I guess. I work in advertising. It's grueling. Yeah. You want to make a comment?
These situations are so personal. When this is done by Tony Schwartz, it's from an HBR article, and there are statements that maybe there are some people that don't use email at work at all. Maybe nurses or some who don't use it, so it doesn't apply. And then again, there are entrepreneurs such as us. We love to check our emails. It's more energizing than taking energy. So it's not the whole truth, but you know how it is for you, I would say.
No, but I also think, Nina, at this point of time, I loved your presentation, which says, what is the purpose? Yeah. If your purpose is aligned, if you have clarity on your purpose, then I think you will see this email stuff very differently now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good
Cool.
comment.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Then the next poll question. We are interested in the different areas.
Okay. So I'm launching the poll, and I'll allow panelists also to vote if you wish.
Mm-hmm. So on what area do you need to work most? Where did you get most of the markings and checks? Quite equal. Spirit is running behind, but
Yeah, there are 41 people who voted in the last poll, so I'm waiting for 2 more.
Yeah.
There are 39, I think, who
Yeah.
responded to this poll, but I think we are good to close.
Uh-huh.
There's still...
Get the results.
Okay, I'm closing this now.
Yep.
And here are the results.
So emotions. Hope you're doing something tonight.
Oh, man.
So go to your loved ones or call them. You cannot go because of the lockdown, but call.
Yeah.
Send them.
All right. So
This is interesting. Thank you for sharing your scores and results. This is very interesting to see how we are done. And then I'll high-tech the screen again. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Couple of things about the energy quality that we have been talking here. This is to show you how the anabolic, good energy, constructive energy, doing together, taking accountability, taking responsibility, having the collaboration and cooperation shows in one thoughts and speech. This is what we hear a lot. When we go to a new place, we listen to how people talk. And then below the line is the catabolic energy. Not saying that it's negative. We all travel around this line. We are in a catabolic energy once in a while. The secret is not to get stuck, not to start a blaming and victim talk and all that. It's not my fault. It was somebody else. Nobody told me. We are here. We have these thoughts and talks, and it's fine. But being aware of it and thinking about, okay, I've been here enough. How do I get to the anabolic side is awareness and growth also. The awareness itself about this line is growth. How would you?
Only one thought is that, oddly enough, at work, people can get away or get to use the catabolic language quite a lot. So we're kind of polite and we don't say anything about that. But what we guide our clients to do is to talk about this line. It's kind of an accountability line. So below the line, you're not accountable. It's always somebody else's fault, or you feel victimized. And above the line, you have the solution, or you are part of the solution, and you realize sometimes that you're even part of the problem when you're above the line.
Mm-hmm.
Below the line, you always see that it's somebody else who's causing the problem. So what we guide our clients to do is to say that now we're talking from below the line, and let's go above the line and start talking from there. But it's not a blaming thing. So we all need to let the steam out sometimes. So it's fine to be there at some point, but as Nina said, not to kind of move there.
And don't let others to drag you there. And quite quickly, because we
kind of jumped through that actually.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
We would love to talk a few words about the different things that energize us. We use the Enneagram map for personalities, and studying and exploring those personality types, we have found that it's so many different things that energize us. For some types, personality types, it's the connections and meaningfulness and safety, for example. For some, it's the big picture and challenges, and that gives energy. For some, it is that keeping your options open and having multiple choices. So if you're interested, we really suggest that get to explore Enneagram and the different meanings. This gives a lot of clarity. Yeah.
And self-awareness.
Yeah, Mahes?
There's an interesting question that is posed here.
Mm-hmm.
Among these 4 elements, is it okay if a couple of elements drive most of my energy or generates my energy, or should there be a good balance?
Oh, between these 4 dimensions.
Yes.
Yeah. We typically have some that gives most and some that give, less, but it would be good to try to balance it. Not to say that it's all equal, but not to forget one part.
Okay. What's the danger of not drawing energy from any one source, say? What is the pitfall?
So the pitfall, if you don't have energy from one of the sources.
Yes.
I think I don't know if we can run empty on any, because we are human and kind of functioning humans. It might be like really low. It might be really, really low. And sometimes people describe that it's fine when they get the energy somewhere else. It's fine that the one area is down for a while. And it might be enough just to increase a bit. You don't have to have a full tank of all of those energies. It depends. It really depends. During the COVID now, I think that our energy tanks have been really low on energy, really low. And it's about the optimizing then what to do, how am I, how to take care of myself. Maybe you just need the rest or something else.
Or get away from your computer, because
Yes.
we do sit a lot during
Yes.
these times.
Yeah.
We had also planned that we would show you through the Enneagram also a little bit about the energy, the relation to energy, but it's more important to look into the
Notes.
Yeah.
The first notes that you get this material, so you get to explore the natural energies later on. Here we have collected you some tips, some ideas for optimizing your energy. And now when you make the inventory, you had the area where you would need to concentrate most. So maybe these couple of tips might be something for you. But most of all, take your notes from the beginning. Take your notes of where you had written what energizes you, what takes your energy, how does your energy look like. And we created some coaching questions for you around your notes. So this is something that we would like you to take away from this webinar. You might need an hour around these questions. You might need 5 minutes or so, but take the questions and reflect with your energy notes. Also think about the inventory. What scores did you get? And look at the one thing that you could do differently regarding your individual energy. That's our input today. We would love to hear the questions if you have time to stay and reflect. Otherwise, if you're heading for another meeting or having a dinner with your family, we thank you for the participation. We love you to get connected with us, and you get the material from Mahes, so and you get the recording as well. So thank you from our side.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we'll stay here and answer.
Thanks a lot. I think we have taken most of the questions, people. One of the things people asked, and you actually have responded to that as you went by, is the relationship between food and energy but that's addressed, I think so. And people are asking, would you be sharing this slides? I don't know.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we will send you the slides and you can share.
I'll do that. Yeah. And I really appreciate the way you linked up Enneagram types and the energy. And I'm seeing so much of similarity playing out. You know, I love the energy drainers that you highlighted. You know, most often we don't pay attention to the drainers. We're only looking at what energizes me, and what I really bring in, and what do I do with that. And this last slide really sums up what can be done, and that's really a big takeaway for all of us, me included. So deep sense of gratitude, Nina and Heli.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, and to all the participants, take care, stay safe.
You too. Stay safe, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.